My favorite memory of Greater Grace is, it would have to be the very first service. Like a mixture of emotions. Like I was nervous, happy, scared, all at the same time. But it was a memorable day. I remember the sermon I preached was back to worship. Back to worship. I kicked off that series in July 2022.
Like the process of buying a new church. That's something that's really been unheard of before. The fact that we were able to come together and purchase a new church in just under 1 year. It's really phenomenal that we've come together and been actually able to do something like that.
Every experience at Greater Grace is a good experience. For the first time in years, I'm excited to come to church every Sunday. And I just enjoy every experience. I must say that some of my favorites have been situations where the puppet ministry or the creative ministry has performed or done something special, because this is part of my ministry for Greater Grace.
The major impact was the Sunday that we praised God that we had been approved for church. And it was just so many happy people, and you could tell from the heart we were happy. And again, I was part of the puppet ministry during the Easter program, and it was different, and everyone liked it.
My favorite Greater Grace moment thus far has been when the pastor gets up and says, "I'm on the battlefield for my Lord." I think that gives us an inspiration to know that it's not about us and it's all about Him.
I have a lot of favorite moments this year. I can't just pick one. Every time I come to church, it's always something, like I'll repeat it again, it's always something new and something that I've never did at church before, but it's all in line with the Word of God, which makes it awesome.
Why Greater Grace? During the time of going through a lot of testing and trials and things of that nature, I constantly ask God, like, release me from this. Like, I don't want to go through this. And the only answer He kept giving me was like He told Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. And so when it came time to actually birth and start the church, I was like, okay, God, what? I'm going to name it. And that word just came back to me. My grace is sufficient for you. And so grace, of course, is God's unmerited favor. And so because I want the church to experience God's favor, I said, okay, grace. I said, but that's not enough. And so I said, okay, greater grace. I want us to experience a greater level of God's favor. And realistically, we have been, because in 1 year's time, we have done more than some churches have done that have been in existence for about 50 years. So, and it's not because of me, it's not because of anything that we know, but it's because of God's favor. Within the next year, I would love to see Greater Grace become a very strong or even stronger church than what we are right now. A church that's very impactful in the community, different programs and winning souls to the kingdom, and things of that nature. More families joining, and us just growing by leaps and bounds, both spiritually as well as numerically.
That's a difficult question. If I only could use one word, I would describe Greater Grace as love.
Peculiar. Greater Grace is a very peculiar church, but peculiar in a good way. The members of this church are very cooperative, very loving, very friendly, and realistically, you don't find that in many churches nowadays. So I boast about the fact that we are that kind of church and we have those kind of people.
Fabulous. Fabulous. It's a fabulous experience. It's being a part of Greater Grace is just helpful to me every day, because every day you know that there's someone at Greater Grace. If something happens, if you can't get in touch with Pastor, there's someone else at Greater Grace that you can call, to talk to pray with, to get information from. And I think that the family that we have have formed here at Greater Grace. It's just a wonderful and it's a fabulous experience.
Awesome.
It's all about God. That's a phrase. One phrase.
That was like one word. Awesome.
What makes Greater Grace different? I believe the congregation, the pastor, the members, I said congregation, but the members of Greater Grace. We're friendly, outgoing, and everybody's very, very friendly to each other.
We are chartered members of Greater Grace. We've been here 10 months,
Yeah.
11, and we've come this far by faith, and we love our pastor and love his leadership, and we're going to keep on trusting in the Lord.
The pastor, of course. No, I'm just playing. I guess because of where we came from and what we have come through, that caused the birthing of this church. I believe that has a lot to do with our testimony today. You know, the unity and the harmony and all of that, us working together in cooperation and not competition.
I just want to say congratulations on the 1-year anniversary of Greater Grace. I really appreciate church and Pastor G, everything that he's done for me and my family, my future family. And I love coming here on Sundays. I hate to miss a Sunday. So that says a lot about a church. And I love it. I'm looking forward for the years to come. I know there'll be many more anniversaries for us to make videos about. Happy anniversary, Greater Grace.
Good evening, Greater Grace family. I just wanted to say we've come a long way in a short time, and I'm glad that we have worked together and have a good shepherd as Reverend Griffin. We still have a long way to go to minister to our community and to our fellow man. But most of all, we need to love and serve one another. Thank you, Greater Grace, for being who you are.
Okay, let's make this quick. You know my show comes on in like 5 minutes, so what are we gonna do for this?
I don't know. You said you figured it out.
No, I didn't. You were supposed to be creating an outline.
Me? When?
Yeah, you. We had this whole discussion, and we said we wanted to do something fun for the celebration, and you said that you would pin down all the details, and I said, okay.
So we're going to talk about Pastor Griffin?
No, this is about Greater Grace.
Oh, Pastor Griffin's going to be in the video.
Do you see Pastor Griffin in here anywhere? No.
Oh, so what are we supposed to say? Happy birthday.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
So it's not someone's birthday.
No, this is about the anniversary.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
What do you think I have been saying? Congrats on the first year, Greater Grace. We wish you many more. Are you going to be making that noise?
No, I guess I shouldn't.
Greater grace is God's grace. God knew what we needed at the time, and He gave us an anointed pastor. And that's what I'm saying.
Things that I would like to see Greater Grace do in the future is, one, we grow as a church together, not having cliques, groups. Two, we grow where if somebody's down, we're there to pick them up, to encourage them, to continue to build them up. Because I know sometimes our teens get discouraged because they don't know the word, so they just stop coming. But if we continue on, everybody in the church, not just their age group, but everybody, reach out and try to be on that level. That would be great, something that we can work on, so it won't be the old people and the middle age or the children. It can be just a whole group and all of us together on one level with growth. That would be the main thing.
What makes Greater Grace different? Greater Grace Church is more or less a contemporary type church rather than your, I'm going to say old-fashioned type where we did things the way they did them in the 50s or the 40s. So it's new, it's refreshing, it's exciting. It's a great place to be.
Greater Grace is different from other churches because it is a family-oriented church, and it's welcoming, and everyone is welcome to come and join. You can come as you are, and Pastor Griffin is all about preaching what's in the Bible, and you don't find that at every church.
There's no place like Greater Grace. This truly is a body that's working to be part of the community. An effort that is bringing God's work back out to the community, not just saying it, but actually putting forth the work. That's why I think Greater Grace is the only place like this. It is Greater Grace.
It's already said the name, Greater.
The fact that we are a church that we pretty much accept any and everybody. We're not judging you because you come dressed a certain way or you've not been in church your entire life. Because again, we're not a church that recycles Christians. We're a church that takes people in and build them to who they need to become in the future.
What makes us different is that our pastor, first of all, is young. He sings better than some pastors. I mean, I'm just saying.
Again, the Greater Grace experience is so full of love and energy. I mean, everybody is up, even the senior people that I'm sure at other points in their lives they were enjoying service, but now they're really into service, and that's a big difference.
My favorite moment was when Pastor baptized for the very first time. He baptized at a pool at Merrillville High School. And it was very, very special because that was the first one for the new church. And they were all males. Matter of fact, one of the young men that he baptized grew up down the street where I used to attend church. And it was really, really special to see him get baptized.
Greater Grace, I really love you all. Continue to stand behind the pastor, continue to follow his vision, and I love you, and there's not a thing that you can do about it.
Just want to say I love all of y'all, and we're going to have us a good time, and we're going to have us a great, great first anniversary. Happy anniversary, Reverend Griffin and Greater Grace.
Hi, Greater Grace. I thank you for accepting me and accepting each and every one of us in this church. I appreciate the love, the care, and the concerns that you all have all shown us, especially me. I'm not as good as everyone else. As far as learning, I'm not at the level, but I am learning, and I appreciate that. So thank you for welcoming me in this home.
Sure. Okay. Hold on, wait till she says we're ready.
Pastor Griffin
and Greater Grace Church, happy 1 year anniversary. We gonna turn up for Jesus.
What's up, Greater? How y'all doing? Just want to tell you that thank you for allowing me to be your pastor. Thank you for loving me and showing me your love. I count it a privilege to be able to serve you. As I say all the time, I love what I do and I love who I do it for. So I want to tell you happy anniversary. We have many more years to come, and let me encourage you, continue to be the church that God has called you to be, because a great church is comprised of great people. So just continue to be in great. You have no other choice because your name is Greater. So I love you and thank God for you and happy anniversary.
Can you believe that we're celebrating our first year anniversary? Ain't God good? We would like to take this time to say thank you to all of you who submitted an ad or sat for a video, wrote an article, or just lent a helping hand. You have helped to make this commemorative communication for our first year celebration unforgettable. Give yourselves a hand. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of this awesome evening.